How, as the FCDO secretary, how will you monitor that with the Home Office?
Well, the thing I'm principally concerned with is that my budget is stable and it's not affected by paying hotel bills in this country. I've pulled that off. It's also the case that the Home Secretary is absolutely committed to reducing the number of asylum seekers in hotels. She has brought down those numbers in the last year. She's got more to do. And as she does that, do you expect the Foreign Secretary to go back to the Treasury and ask for increased funds? Of course you do. And yes, I'll be knocking on the door, if that's the implication of your question.
Okay, so the follow-on from that then, so this will be split equity across the FCDO and the Home Office. People that do come here illegally, where will they go?
Sorry, following on from that.
So at the moment, if people come here illegally, they are put in hotels, and that's paid for through the ODA budget, which goes to the Home Office. If you're saying, and the government's saying, that that's going to be reduced down to zero by the end of this Parliament, 2029, where do you envisage people that will come here illegally, where will they go?
That gets us into a much lengthier discussion that you should probably make to the Home Secretary, not to me.
But it's split equity across the FCDO.
It's not a split equity. I've just said we've now got stability.
Okay, I would disagree heavily with that.
That was the deal that I got in the spending review, because the last government did not strike that deal. I got that deal to give ODA spending stability, for us not to be at the mercy of asylum spend. I got that deal. But yes, it is the case that the Home Secretary now has to reduce the numbers. That's a big job, but she's done a great job in the last year.
But the people who come here illegally are coming from international countries. So how does the FCDO not have equity in that process?
Well, I've also, if you're asking about wider FCDO equities on migration, of course, we play a big role on returns, and we are attempting to increase returns. Countries like Pakistan, returns have gone up in the last year. I announced earlier on this year migration sanctions. We'll be coming forward with that very, very shortly. There's work that we do upstream that's come up briefly. I've seen great work in Egypt, in Tunisia. When I talk about economic development and the work we can do so people are prepared to stay in country, that's an important role that our diplomats and development experts play in my department. So there's a lot that we contribute to this agenda to bring down the numbers. Yes.
Okay, and so final question on that. So the number will go down to 0% in asylum hotels, and the approach that you just laid out will make sure that no one comes here illegally anymore and that no one will be housed here. Is that your points? So purely on return deals and working upstream, that's going to be enough?
If I may, Mr. Reid, I think the implication of your question is a soundbite. I don't think
it is. This is a very serious issue.
I don't think the government's saying that there will be zero people.
Okay, so where will the people go then?
That's not what I'm saying. But you know as well as I do that we have brought the numbers down in the last year. You know that the last government left a bloating bill that was rising. You know our commitments to deal with irregular migration. You know the responsibilities that my department has in relation to returns, in relation to work upstream. I announced migration sanctions and I've brought stability to the department. I think I've done a good job in the last year.